Welcome, Portland sports fans. We're at the first track and field coverage event in the history of Portland radio, streaming, whatever, anything. I'm absolutely 100% positive nobody's ever streamed a track event. So we're here. Um, I was at Liberty Creek a few minutes ago. Do they have a real track there? I know they have to somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's where they play a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was there because I think it's separate from the football stadium, isn't it? So I figured it would be all encompassing, which would be a good idea. But this is a nice looking facility here. I think the track's brand new.
They did.
Because this summer, this was all dirt when we played baseball up here. Yeah. I thought they were never going to get it done in time. But we're at Station Camp High School. The main stadium is Art Crook Stadium, home of the Bison, not Bisons, which I still ain't figured that out because I'd always think more than one would be Bisons. But obviously I'm not all that good on literature. But we're here, or English or whatever, but we're here. Track and field events are starting now. Behind us to the left, this is since it's a football stadium as well, they didn't really put all the field events in here, which they normally do in most conventional track meet environments, where normally you got your circle track, 400 meters around, and then you've got your on the field in front of you is normally your disc, your shot put, your javelin, which I don't think we do javelin in high school.
We don't.
Your pole vaulting, long jumps, that kind of thing. But that stuff is on the backfield here, so we're not going to be able to see that. We got an app that we can get to and look through there and see if we can keep up with what we've got going here. But today is the first round. Mostly today is going to be some track and field events, and then there are going to be some running as well. So the running part is the thing we can call for sure. The track events we'll just have to bring to you secondhand, even though we've got the long jump over here. I'm Coach John there. On my left is Coach Miguel Lamanderas. On my right is my statistician, normally for basketball and baseball, but there ain't no really stats here to keep up with, so she's just chilling in the stands and hoping to watch some good races. The key races that I love the most are going to be on Thursday, but unfortunately, I'm glad I have a baseball game on Thursday. But I would really love to be here for that because I'm absolutely fan of sprints and sprint relays. Once you get to 400 meters, I'm about over it. That's just too much running for me. That's when a bicycle needs to be brought into the race deal. So how you doing, Coach Miguel?
I'm doing good. I'm just trying to see if we've got people where we got people at and everything. I know we've got, like I said, the girls' high jumps going on. According to the app, we've got 2 athletes in that.
Yeah, we've got. I've got the name Sydney, which I think when they give me Sydney, that means they've said her name somewhere else before, but I'm not seeing it. And Bentley Loftus is in the high jump. And they got 9 beside them, so I'm guessing that means they're a freshman, is it not?
Yes.
So they're both doing the high jump over to our right.
Sydney Herrick. Looks like she has jumped at 4:10 was her first jump. I'm assuming that is, right now she's in 7th, if I'm looking at this correctly.
Well, I totally believe you. We're trying to look over here on the right side. And like I said, bear with us. The thing that's real cool about track and field, I mean, there's so many things going on at one time. What hurts us here is, like I said, the stadium is not self-closed where all the events aren't in this one circle. They're left and right. So right now, we're doing some high jump. There's a pole vault up there that somebody just crashed through, didn't get up at all.
We've got two ladies. Sorry for interrupting. We got 2 ladies in the pole vault, and that's going to be Camden Bean and Kaylee Joe Peacock.
Right, and pole vault for boys is Alex Niswanger and Henry Hester. And the pole vault's pretty cool because the thing about it is most people I don't think are going to be able to – I don't know what a pole vault costs anymore, but they're normally a high expensive item. And the bad thing about Portland is there's no place to pole vault but if you come down here and pole vault.
Exactly. This is where a lot of the kids for the last couple of years, they've come down to Station Camp, and I think that's why they hold the Sumner County Championship is here, because everybody comes down here to practice. When you got to have a field event like the pole vault or something of that nature. So there's Alex Niswanger over there actually warming up on the hurdles over on the far right of us. But right now, it just, like I said, on the pole vault, the 2 girls that we have in right now have not went, or they have scratched. They have no official score. And then the like I said, we have no one in the boys long jump. That's going on right now. I believe that might be the triple jump over there. Well, it looks like they already did the triple jump because Alex Niswonger looks like he's at 39 feet, and Henry Hester was at 36.11 and a half.
Right, and on our shot put, obviously we're not being able to keep up with that. But we've got an app here we're trying to figure out, but it's hard to read an app while you're trying to talk at the same time. Or at least it is for me. But we got Max Mims, who's a junior, and Aiden Green, the junior, that is over in the shot put area. We've got Disc, Max Mims, and Aiden Green. So they're both to our left back right now, competing in that.
So right now, Max Mims has a throw on the shot put at 29.3. And then Aiden Green has a 30-9, 30 feet 9 inches.
Yeah, and that part kind of stinks that we can't see it because I know those events pretty well, believe it or not. As big and strong as I am, I would be thinking you would be the one who would know those over me. But puberty hit early when I was in middle school. I actually participated in both of those events until everybody else shot past me. But anyway, it would be fun to be able to watch those for sure.
And it looks like they had done the, like I said, some of these field events started at 4 o'clock. And so we're an hour in. So on the shot, where am I at? On the discus, boys discus, Max Mims threw at 89 feet. And then looks like Aiden Green threw a 78, 10 and a half feet. Looks like the top throw was 161 feet, 2 inches from Hendersonville.
He's a big boy. That's a guy you want on your line for sure on the football field.
Let me go to girls discus. We had no one in the girls discus competing. Let's go to girls shot put.
And you know the thing about the discs and stuff, I just made a comment about the guy doing 161 being a lineman on a football. But it doesn't necessarily mean you're big to be a good. You know, when you get to the international level, it helps. But a lot of the disc and shot put is more strength and speed. Believe it or not, you've got to be really fast, and your technique's got to be perfect. If you've got a good technique, that'll help you a lot. You don't have to just be a bully and push the thing off your shoulder and get it. If you don't have good technique, I don't care how big you are, you're not going to throw it well.
So it looks like the top throw in the shot put is from Hendersonville, Brock Murray, 49 feet. We are at Aiden Green had a 30 feet, 9 inches. Maximum had 29 feet, 3 inches. Let's see, girls. Let's see if we got anything in girls shot put.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody listed as on our team.
Nope, no
on the
girls
shot put. On the long jump, we got Maylee. I'm not even going to go with her name.
Haley Lupersbeck.
Lupersbeck. And I do that just in respect. I don't want to butcher anybody. High jump, we already talked about Sydney, Hyrick going, Polvot, Camden Bean, and Kaylee Joe Peacock. 100 meter, which we're not doing 100 meter today. I guess it's on our list. I don't know if they're doing some prelims 100 meter, which would make sense because you don't want to do all the runs on Thursday, right?
I think you
need to do your prelims, some of them today, so you can have a 2-day rest for the championships because it's tough to run a couple 100 meters in one day.
I actually do believe you got some JV stuff. I think Coach Smith sent over what he had with some of the running stuff tonight with JV.
Cool. I'm looking forward to the 100 meters.
Discus results in third place.
I think they're trying to do the boys discus.
From Gallatin High School, Michaela Stringer.
Gotta be girls. Let me get over the girls.
In second place,
He should have gave the distance.
from
Michaela.
Hendersonville High School, Amanda Bourne.
Oh, they had her at first place.
No, I'm not telling him what to do, but
2025 Sumner County champion with a throw of
There you
92
go.
feet, 10 inches, from Station Camp High School, Sydney Murray.
Yeah, so that's girls' discs.
So that's like flight 1, it says here. So they had nothing. We got to get, we're going to get different flights here. Because those didn't match up to what was on this app. I mean, it did. I was like, okay, we're good. We got 3rd place. Yeah, we're good here. No, that 2nd place was not there. And the girl that got 2nd, her first throw was like 106. So why doesn't that sit there and go on through?
Yeah,
you know?
106 stays. If you
So
92 feet's not going to win if someone's thrown a 96 unless they. Or 106. Is that what you said? 106.
yeah, it was 106 showing for flight 1.
And they wouldn't show. Maybe that was coming into the thing. I don't know how they do this.
High jump, girls high jump, top 3 report to the medal stand, please. You were 1st, 2nd, or 3rd in the girls high jump.
Wonder where official medal stand is. Right over there to the right by the tent.
Yep, you called it.
For your medal presentation.
So I guess that's what that is. Where it says the seed, and what they have is kind of where they is their best
Coming in.
Yep.
1st, 2nd, and 3rd place, girls high jumpers. Please come.
So in my old days, if you won this track meet, then you qualify for the state. I don't know if they take more than the 3 who medal nowadays and try to make it a little bit more politically correct. I don't know exactly how they do that. And the one thing that kind of confused me too, I may have misunderstood it, but when we had some track athletes on, they were talking about their personal bests, or kind of how they put them in heats and stuff like that. When I was growing up, your personal best was nice, but when you get to the end of the year, they didn't care. Everybody, all comers were on the track. We all raced. And if you were a slug at first of the year.
You had 3 heats, and then you figured out who's going to get into that final heat.
Yeah, your top 8 runners find the final heat. So you could have had a really bad early year. You might not have had a really good personal best. And you know who's clocking you on your personal best sometimes too. It was just dog eat dog back then, and I liked it that way. Believe it or not, it all culminated at the end of the year. Our baseball coach was really cool too, because we had a couple of us that ran track and played ball, and he didn't schedule games the whole week leading up to our track meet, and then during that was the one time he was just really cool. He just said, we got some track athletes competing. They need to spend a week here. We just had some practices and went with it. And I always appreciated him taking the time to let us do our thing too. Because baseball was my love. I wasn't going to give up baseball, but I didn't want to give up track either.
So did you listen to the show Saturday? Did you listen to Coach Dupree talk a little bit Saturday?
I did.
So you know that they moved Alex Niswonger
to quarterback.
Yeah. I think that's a good move. I like that.
Can he throw?
Yeah, he said it. I was talking to him. I was talking to him before we set up, and he said he's going pretty good.
It doesn't matter to me, because the one thing that he did say that I've been preaching since I've been back, doing the broadcast and stuff is, you know what, you're not always going to have a kid that can throw the ball, and that's fine. But then you need to find a kid that can run the ball.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a prolific passing game, which you can show almost anybody how to throw a 10-yard ball here and there, a little trick deal, where you anchor it up, do a couple double reverses, and then you flip someone out of the backfield. But what I like is, if you don't have a prolific thrower, you need to have a runner so you can run a triple option. And we're not going to get into all that. I'm not dogging anybody or anything like that, but that his way of thinking that through is every year is going to be different, or every 2 or 3 years is going to be different. So remember when we did the interviews, I said if we get a coach comes in and said he's doing the spread, don't hire him, because there's no way if you've got the personnel to do a spread. And guess what? You can't invent them if they're not there.
No, you got them.
And it's not like the private schools. The private schools can go get them, and I'm not dogging that for that. I believe keep them separated if you want to, especially when the tournaments start. But, and it is what it is. But I liked his answer on that for sure. I don't remember the part about dual sports, though.
I don't think I ever got the question there, man. It's like I had about 25 more questions I could have asked, and it's like you run out of time. And there's certain
And
things.
it's a tricky subject. I mean, I know the politically correct answer, and he was going to answer it for sure. But when you get into those times of the year when you've got, your football starts back up, and you want the kids there, and it's any sport, and I totally get it. But then you've got a kid that's a really competitive baseball player, and he's got a tournament down in Atlanta the same week. It's going to be, I understand the coaching aspect of it for sure because I'm a coach.
I guess I'll sit there and we'll talk about this a little bit here. My take would be, what season is it? Okay, if the tournament is in Atlanta, is he playing travel ball? Is he playing summer ball? Or is he playing for the school? And you got to go down to Atlanta.
Right. Well, the summer
school,
it's not anybody's season. That's the gray area. It was like that's how we did with my son. Is we told Coach Kington coming in because you get to a point what sport they're going to be the best at. So a lot of people said they thought basketball was going to be his thing, but we knew at a certain age that baseball was for sure. When you go to national tournaments, you can kind of see. And we were always up front with Coach Kington. We just said, look, in the summertime, if we've got a baseball tournament, we're going to it. And that'll make us miss some stuff. And are you good with that, yes or no? And if he wasn't, then we just wouldn't have played basketball.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we had to do what we felt was right.
Choice. Yeah. You like you said, you knew where he was going to go. Just like, you got kids that play basketball, you got kids that play football, you got kids that's going to sit there and go track and field. What is it that's going to sit there and help you get to the next level or where you think you're going to go? You've got people coming in going, hey, you can do this, that's the next level. Which sport is that? And if that's, whichever sport it is, that's one you need to kind of concentrate on. Still play others, but that's the one you got to work on because especially once you become a junior, senior and everything, in my opinion, because that's where
you can't miss some of those dates, man.
Exactly.
Medals have been awarded.
And that's what a good coach does because in a town like Portland, we're not going to have a 65-kid group. Your best athletes aren't all going to just be football players. You're going to have best athlete basketball players. Think about back in 2001, 2002 years. You don't know these kids, but anybody in Portland that knows them, you had, I hate to brag, but my son not playing football, Jake Daughtry, who's in the Hall of Fame as well at Portland, James Ray, the Yagle boys. A lot of kids didn't play football at that time just because the strain of having to decide on what to do. You don't want to turn those athletes down. Now, maybe you can't put them at quarterback because you need your quarterback there in the middle of summer. That's understandable. But when you got good athletes that can help you in different spots, that's when you really got to work.
Back in our days, they didn't have set things like now. Just like
7-on-7 was not even around back then.
First couple weeks of June, it's going to be basketball has that. They got 2 weeks in there, 3 weeks in there that they get the basketball boys,
right?
And then they come back into. But that's also.
But baseball doesn't do that.
And so.
Right, there's not 2 weeks for baseball, so where do you quantum that at? But like I said, it's not an argument. It's just a conversation that we need to be respectful of our athletes, and we need to try to work together because you want your best athletes on all sports.
Let's go back to the early 2000s when your son was playing. Corey, this was the story I heard. The reason Corey didn't play football was because he had a chance to go play at a McDonald's All-American game somewhere in the fall, I guess it was, or in the spring or something of that nature. Wanted to go. Him and Coach Perry sat there and discussed. Coach Perry said, you're in football. This is where you need to be unless you want to do basketball. And then if that's the case, then go play. And that's what he did. Yeah, and then that's where he stopped playing football.
Corey and his brother would be the only ones that know the story for sure. But I think Corey just knew, he on the AAU circuit in the summer, he had a bloom out season.
Yeah,
I think between his freshman and sophomore year, but I'm not positive. Know Corey really well, but I was following my kid. I didn't have a lot of time to keep up with everybody else's story. But I think Corey had a coming out season in AAU, which is in the summertime. And I think when that happened, then his family made a decision that, you can get hurt in football maybe. You're kind of linky. He was a great target, dude. You just see him down the line, and there was no way he wasn't going to catch the ball. You think Keelan can sky? I mean, the thing about Corey is he's 7 inches taller than Keelan, you know what I mean? So, and he could jump. So it was a non-missable target. If you couldn't complete a ball to Corey, then something was up. But I just think, he had such a good AAU year that one summer that it was time to pick, and he picked. I think if he would have been a legitimately good baseball player, he might would have done baseball and basketball as well, just because it's not such a sport that can tweak something, to keep you out. You know what I'm saying? Corey blows an ACL out the summer before his big AAU year, which is junior year. Then guess what?
Yeah.
Billy Donovan's not coming. Is that his name, Billy Donovan? I know his last name's Donovan, the Florida coach. You know what I mean? He's not. It's not going to happen for him. So it's tough. But I just like to see everybody work together. I know one time during middle school, I had a couple kids that were doing their football right after school, and then they had an AAU basketball program going on at the same time. So they go right to that. By the time they showed up to our 6:30 game, they were dead. They were absolutely no way they were going to be able to do good on a baseball field. And I just, I didn't care if they quit baseball. That was absolutely fine with me. But it wasn't fair to the kids. I don't think they're trying to go three ways like that. And the only people to blame there, I guess, would probably have been their parents' fault.
If they was pushing them that way.
Yeah.
I do. I know they just had the final results on the shot put. Portland did not place in the top three. They only give out the top three. They only announce the top three. We did not place Max Mim and
Aiden Green.
Yeah, I had Green in my head, but I knew that wasn't his first name. They did not place in the top three. I don't know where they placed at, but if we can get the results here, I'm see if I can get a hold of one of the coaches. Hoping we can get some of these athletes who are in between things.
I just got a text that said off the rails on a Tuesday with a smiley face. They loved it. Hadn't really done it off the rails in a while.
We're talking what? We're at track and field. We're talking
we're talking about everything in life. We'll just come to us and we'll set you straight if you ain't straight already. And we got baseball game tonight. We're at Greenbrier. I think that's 6:30 game. I'm not positive about the girls softball team. They seem like they play every other day.
They play tonight. According to the schedule, they played last night, and me and Robert did that game, and then they played tonight, and then they get Wednesday off, and they come right back in and play Thursday, and we're gonna sit there and broadcast that game too. So.
Yeah, they play Greenbrier tonight too, so it's kind of Greenbrier going on. I know Portland Middle School baseball had a victory last night against Westmoreland.
There you go.
3-2 game after walking 5 of the first 8 guys. I was about to have a coronary. But we settled down and got it going. But anyway, I was proud of the boys. They kept fighting. And Westmoreland plays is tough. Westmoreland absolutely hates Portland in every sport. So, and JV won their game too, so I was proud of them. Even though their coach was mad after the JV game, which, how do you get mad at a JV game? I don't know. Because you're just working on things. But my starting center fielder was just a 7th grader. Well, he's going to be my starting shortstop next year unless Xavier Rowe, I think's his name, comes back out. He just moved back from Florida. Hopefully he will. But I let him play shortstop during JV because he's never played shortstop, so he needs to get those reps. And he's a 7th grader. That's a JV age. And he was all mad because we beat him, playing your starters. I said, dude, take a chill pill. It's JV.
We're hoping to, here in a little bit, maybe get a couple athletes to come up and talk to us in between events and stuff. I'm talking to the coaches now. Coach Dorth, Coach Hester is here. I'm sure they're with people at their events and everything, but a couple of the other track coaches will be coming in, and I just asked them if we can go ahead and get some of the athletes up here where we're at in the stands. And
we need to get that other headset out then.
Yeah, we'll have that ready to go.
And we got Franklin Road Academy playing Christian Grace. If they're playing the Franklin team, yeah, they're going to get beat, so it doesn't matter on that one. Coach Brad Myers is a coach down there. He's originally from BGA, one of the finest baseball coaches in the state of Tennessee for sure. I'm really surprised he's never landed a college job, to be honest with you, because he's cutting a Jeff Forehand mode. Really knows his game, really knows his sport, knows how to do it. Everything's right. It actually is just he's a perfect coach. Just saying what it is. All right, I got. In case we get someone here, I'm gonna turn these up. Make sure we're loud enough for everybody. I've even gotten where the little deal here. Yeah, I
Yeah.
make sure it's in the yellow now. So we got a headset here. If somebody comes, put it here on the charger thing. Shout out to Predator. What is
Oh,
this
man.
called? A battery
I'd call it a small
charge
generator.
station?
Yeah.
Generator station?
I mean, that's a sweet little thing. I looked it up. It's $450, but that's every bit worth the money.
Well,
I
the
mean,
gentleman in Portland who does our drones for
Yeah.
football, we were in Nolensville, and the AD said, "We got your power on your side for your broadcast," because we didn't want to go up in the booth because
Yeah.
it was just. So we said, "Okay, well, we couldn't find power, so we were in trouble." And his wife, the drone operator dude, said, "Hey, we've got these a couple extra of these. You want to borrow it?" And I go,
Wow.
Will it work?" So it was a lower model than that, but we went to whole game and only lost 50%. So I was going to budget it through PSN, but that storm that came through, I budgeted it through John Thayer and bought one myself. The only bad thing about it is it won't run a coffee maker.
Really?
Yes, it'll run a blender.
It has to do with the watts.
Yeah, it just, every time I pop my coffee maker on it, it went, "Meow, I don't want to work." Which, you know what? When it's cold and icky outside, you want your coffee really bad.
So it looks like the girls' high jump is finished. And then the girls' pole vault is finished. I'm thinking, looking over there, they could be at the last couple jumps. I know the boys started their high jumps. And let's see here. We got Bentley Loftus, who will be competing in the high jump.
He's our hurdler too, though, right? Was he the guy who did the real good on the? No.
No.
Yeah, it's somebody else. But it's just a sophomore that actually broke our record this
Yeah.
year. So that would be real cool to get to see him run.
So the girls,
Boys long jump results.
boys long jump.
In third place from Station Camp.
Station Camp takes third place.
Wilbert. In second place
is from Liberty Creek.
Garner.
Yeah, and that's interesting too. One of our fans mentioned the weather, which it's nice and sunny out here. It's a little on the chilly side, and it's windy. So, you know, a lot of track records, they don't count if they're wind aided. So, you know, that would be a deal depending on if they're going into the head. You know, and I'm not sure if this side of the track is normally going to be the finish line or over there. And I know it varies depending on event, but normally one side or the other is the finish line.
Normally, your start's going to be over there because that's got the extension.
Is that where the
on
blocks
it.
are
Yeah,
at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your start's going to be on the far side.
So your
over
100
there.
finish will be here. Your
Yep.
200 finish will be right on this side. Your 400 will be. You would stagger on your 400, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so here when you're running 100, the wind's about crossway. It's hitting you on the right of your face. So if you break a record, if the wind's in your back, I'm not sure the degree in which the wind should be, but if it's at a certain degree and you break the record, then the record's not a broke. You don't break it because you got wind aided.
$50 in cash. Please turn it in to the start line tent.
They found or lost $150 in cash.
Please turn it in to the long
It's mine. So somebody lost $150 in cash?
$150 in cash.
And turn it in over.
Well, they didn't turn it in.
Yeah, they want you to turn it in.
They want you to turn it in. So Liberty Creek takes first and second in the boys' long jump, and then Station Camp, I believe they said, takes third. The girls' long jump is starting. It's just now starting. The girls' pole vault is still going on. They still got a couple athletes over there still competing there. I'm still waiting to see. I hadn't really seen the Loftus kid jump yet on the high jump over here yet.
But we do got our runners starting to get a little loose here. So that's a good sign for the little involvement. If you think you could either do a couple commercials or have it on your own, I could walk over to the tent and see if they've got a list
And there's
of the
Mr. Woods.
events. And that might help us a little bit. You want me to go make a sprint across that football field?
Oh,
and see?
yeah, I'm going to see you sprint.
Well, I'm not going to sprint, but is that cool with you? I don't want to hang
I'm
you
good with
out.
that. No. We'll take some commercials here. It might be 5 minutes worth of commercials. You got 5 minutes. Can you get over there and back in 5
I'm going to try.
Okay.
Be back.
You're listening to Portland Sports Network here on. You're listening to the PHS Track and Field here at the Sumner County Championships here on the Portland Sports Network. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Tennessee Commission for the United States Semi-Quincentennial was created to plan, encourage, develop, and coordinate the commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States, and recognize Tennessee's integral role in that event and the impact of its people on the nation's past, present, and future. The Commission promotes an inclusive statewide celebration and educational commemoration of America's 250th by interpreting and preserving Tennessee's unique stories, objects, landmarks, and places across our diverse state that defined who we are as Tennesseans and Americans.
This is Coach Danny Thompson, Portland High School Hall of Famer. You're listening to PHS Athletics on Portland Sports Network.
In the city or in the woods, help keep America looking good. Give a hoot, don't pollute. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Forest Service.
From phones and laptops to toys and tools, many of our favorite things run on batteries. But when tossed in the trash or recycling bin, these batteries can spark intense fires that are nearly impossible to stop. Battery fires are happening more often. They've destroyed homes, burned down garbage trucks and recycling centers, and, tragically, taken lives. When a facility goes up in flames, trash and recycling services can be shut down for weeks or even months. The good news, battery fires are easy to prevent. Just remember, never throw batteries in the trash or recycling bin. Always tape the ends and drop them off at a safe collection site or mail them in using a certified return box.
Smokey the Bear.
Then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do.
What you desire, don't play with matches, don't play with fire.
After 80 years of learning his wildfire prevention tips, Smokey Bear lives within us all. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com, and remember,
Only you can prevent wildfires.
brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
We're back here, Portland sports fans, at the Sumner County High School Track and Field Championships at Station Camp High School. I may have already said that. I was at Liberty Creek first, but
Well, they had this at Liberty Creek last year, so you wasn't wrong.
well, thanks for that. I appreciate you having my back there. But I showed up there, and we loaded up, got all the way up to the football stadium, and, I stopped for a minute. I said, before I walk all the way over there where the track is, I'm going to text Coach Miguel, and I basically didn't. I just say LC question mark, and you said no, ST, and I went, okay, let me pack back up and get over here. So we're trying to get schedule of when the events. I'm kind of confused by that, and I'm not dogging anybody, but normally, even if you're a track athlete and a coach, you've got to know what time you're going to report to the bleacher section of your races. So if it's just freelance, how are you going to know to be in your area?
I do know that Coach Rogan, Coach Smith sat there and told me that at 4 o'clock is when the field events should have started, and then at 5:45 is when the track events will start.
Right, but what happens on a track event, say for instance, here the first thing is your JV 100 meters. The way you normally do a track event is all the 100-meter participants find a spot in the bleachers, right? And you get there with there's always an official who's in charge of the event, so to speak. And you get with him, you kind of talk over, how the gun's going to get fired today, because, all gun shooters are a little bit different. Some go quick, some go slow. You talk about that. You go over your lane assignments. And then, any questions, youngins, and then you go no. And then once you have your little meeting, then they'll give you times. They'll say your heat's going to start or your race is going to start at blah, blah, blah. Because if you ever notice, most track athletes, especially nowadays, have watches.
Yeah.
Back in the Stone Age when I was growing up, a lot of people couldn't afford fancy little track watches.
Well, it looks like they got their lane assignments already on the sheet paper here. So.
Okay.
The girls JV 100.
But what time is it going to start?
I don't know. We'll just guess.
We know they're going to start way down on the
anyway.
right. That's true. Educated guess, by the way, just an FYI. But normally that's the way it goes. Because, some of my favorite conversations in life, believe it or not, I've learned so much from nice gentlemen and older women during our little meetings before. They would always give you words of wisdom. And that was some of the funnest things ever, just hearing their words of wisdom.
It looks like we have no girls, and that's going to be running in the girls JV 100. The boys JV 100 has 3 heats, and we have Eli Freeman in the first heat of the JV, Lorenzen Fletcher. And then we got 2 in the first heat, and then 2 in the third heat, be Mikey Schwab. And then Chrism Crosby. Looks like we have no girl JV in the 1600. We have Michael Doris in the boys JV 1600. And Aiden Parker. We got 2. And then the girls 3200. It looks like we have no distance runner there in the girls. And the boys has Jackson Poole. Jackson Poole will be... Matter of fact, Jackson, I believe, was on Sports Saturday earlier in the year for cross country. And so I know that name looked familiar. So,
and I'm guessing up here, like under girls JV 100, it's got Sumner County 1209 Whisper Thomas. I'm guessing that's the record because none of the personal bests are even close to that right now.
Yeah,
so I'm guessing that's the record of all time. So I'm looking forward to the hundreds. That's my event, dude. There's some track athletes get mad at me, but that's the event of all events. No, everybody wants to be the fastest human on the earth. It is, if you're a track person, right? I mean, if you're not a track person, no. But it all starts with, think about it when you were a little kid. You wanted to beat your friends from point A to point B, and it just is what it is. That's the premier event. If you watch Olympics religiously, already. I didn't have to tell you that. That's the event that everybody's looking for. So I'm really looking forward to 100 meters race.
So today, what you got going on is these are the events, and some of these have already been completed. The boys high jump will go today. Girls high jump, boys and girls pole vault, boys and girls long jump, boys and girls triple jump, boys and girls shot put, which has already been completed. the boys and girls discus, which is already completed, and the girls JV 100, boys JV 100, girls and boys JV 1600, and then the girls and boys 3200 meters. And I think we have some boys in that. We have the boys in all the running events today. Thursday will be the girls 4x8, the boys and girls 4x800, the girls 100 meter hurdle, the boys 110 hurdle, the girls 100 meter, boys 100 meter, the 4x2 girls and boys, the boys and girls 1600, the 4x100 relays.
Yeah, I hate to miss those.
The girls and boys 400 meters, 300 meter hurdles, 800 meters, 200 meters, and the 4x400 relays. So the ones that are popular will be Thursday, and that's what we wanted. We was going to try to shoot for Thursday, and it just didn't work out with all of our schedules between yours and mine and Kyle's. But we was able to get this one in, and we figured, we're going to try to get all the events that we can, no matter how awkward it may be, kind of like this right here.
Well, and track and field's that way. I mean, especially if you don't have a time schedule, you don't really know even what time to get here. It's just general. And I'm not dogging anybody. It is what it is. But, like right now, we could go to a commercial break, but we don't even know what time the running events are going to start officially.
Right.
So it's kind of hard to broadcast something you're not sure timing. The whole world's based on time. And like I said, I'm not dog anybody. Hats off to the people that are running the track events. They take them serious. They do a good job. But I'm just kind of confused about the lack of. And I walked over the tent and asked. I said, "Do you have a time that the event started?" And they looked at me like I was smoking crack or something. Which
Whenever
I can
they
assure
announce it.
you that I don't. Yeah, but I mean, how do you know? I'm not mad. I'm just wondering. So, but you just bear with us. We'll try to keep you up on baseball games. Of course, that doesn't start for an hour. The girls normally start about 5, so I'll put their game changer on there, and we can keep you up on how that's going. I'm going to put my hoodie on in a minute because it's getting windy here.
It's definitely windy, and that makes it a little bit cooler. It was, it was a whole lot nicer last night at the softball game than it was in the one we did. So.
Yeah, I can imagine. It was cold at the baseball game last night, but the wind quit right after the varsity game ended and JV started. Okay, so we look like we're lining up for our track and field events. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, most of your field events are going to be done, and I mean, just like Coach Rogan and them said, you're about 10 minutes away from the track events happening. So, and you're trying to get them in here and get them out before it gets too dark out and all that stuff. So, there's Mr. Woods down there looking at the pole vaulters.
They look like they're getting lined up in the blocks for the 100 meters. The first heat's going to be Daniel Riley from Hendersonville, Caden Costello, Station Camp, Ryan. You know what? We don't care. All we care about are lane 7's Jackson Pool, which is a really good lane. And they have blocks here, which is good. I think, remember, middle school, they came by and we talked about they didn't have blocks, and now they do.
Right.
So hats off to the middle schools for getting those athletes in blocks. The quicker you learn how to use those, the better you're going to be in your sprints.
So I don't know if the pole vaulters are warming up or if that's actually because that pole going across there is not very straight.
No, it's not straight at all. That's the one you want to go off on.
I tell you. I think they're just kind of warming up, kind of seeing maybe what height to put it on. But do we have, let me check the list here.
I'm going to put my hoodie on real quick.
On the pole vault. See if we can find it. Might be over here on the back page. This might be just the races. This might be You know, what you got was all the races. Oh, no, there it is. So, boys pole vault. Yeah, we got 2 competitors in the boys pole vault. And that's going to be Henry Hester and Alex Neiswanger. So, there's Neiswanger's little warm-up attempt right there. And it's one of those where I don't know if how much they have practiced their pole vaults, or if they even got a pole vault. They come down here and they borrow one, because I know Alex was back here behind everybody trying to kind of get a feel for the pole that he's got.
Yeah, I'm going to look up here in a minute the cost of a pole vault. I just would think they would be kind of expensive, but what would you consider expensive is going to be the first key? Because you know,
Anything that's not free.
yeah, okay. Pole vault price, and it's going to say probably for what gauge athlete. All right, pole vault. Well, it's between $300 and $1,500. So, you know, if I had a kid, $300 pole vault I might could pull off. The $1,500 one, you're going to have to win me an event first. Or show me that you're capable. Like if you can convince me, like a bat. You know, baseball bats, you got all these different models, go all the way up to $500-600. I think I've seen one for $800, I think. I don't know. I would never pay $800 for a baseball bat. But, you know, it's one of those things that I'm going to start you out with. What's the place that you go for sports? Play It Again. We're gonna go to Play It Again, and in Nashville, I'm not sure there's going to be a big demand for pole vaults hanging around, but you never know, right? You could have an ex-pole vaulter that sold a stick, so we're going to go there first and look for a pole vault. And then if you do good, you might can talk me like for Christmas or something. Pull the family together. Everybody
Something on
pitches
the
in.
lower end, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see how you look with this one here.
And I can see why that the deal going across here is bent, because it's practice, right? You got just enough money to buy one good one. You don't want to boogie it up during practice runs. But I have a lot of respect for pole vaulters. I was just told I'm too loud. I didn't know. But you know what I mean?
Well, we can turn you down a little bit.
She just looked at me and said, hush up. So, I'm excited. I'm at the track and field. I don't know. But, you know, pole vaulting, it's a gutty thing. You know what I mean? You've got to run full speed with a stick, put the stick in the right place, and launch yourself up in the air. You know, the higher the better, obviously. That's how you medal. And then go over a little pole. And going over the pole is not really the thing that would scare you, because once you're all the way up, you got to come down. But you got to have some guts to do that, I think, in my mind. Whoa, that guy just
that was Alex.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Well, we're not going to announce that loud. Hey.
I was gonna say I don't know if he's taking it seriously, or, you know, he's just kind of warming up type of thing.
Well, you know, I don't know. I have the utmost respect for pole vaulters.
You're just trying to get a feel for the pole, like I said.
It ain't easy. Let's do this. Let's stop and get everybody in this facility to go try it one time. And we would be funny. We could have a TV show on it. So just having the guts to try it, I'm highly respectful of.
Tell you the Bison concession stand is open for your enjoyment. They have a few hamburgers, hot dogs, nachos, popcorn, assorted candies, soft drinks, bottled water, and sports drinks. So check out the Bison concession stand. This is first call for the junior varsity 100-meter.
See,
there you go.
They just did it.
First call.
You got what you was asking for, Coach.
But he still didn't say what time it was going to be, though. But they're over there already.
JV 100 should be headed to the start line. We'll start you.
I need to go up there and get his list, don't I?
6 o'clock.
Oh, 6 o'clock.
That was girls, JV.
Okay.
So I bet you the boys will start here in the next 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, they're huddling around.
That was the first call there for the boys.
Getting used to the blocks. Now, I'm not a pole vault expert, but that guy, he was on the Is that a warm-up thing where you're just out on the
That's
halfway through?
everybody's doing it. Yeah, so I think
Okay.
that's everybody's warm ups. This is just everybody kind of getting used to the to everything.
Hitting the hoe and
Yep.
the timing of it all.
They're trying to get the mats.
This guy's going for sure.
They're trying to get the mats set to make sure that they got the mats set properly. So
And that's what the bar across now. We just seen
yeah,
it. It's permanent and it's flexible.
I think it's just a string actually.
Is it? Yeah, that cat right there, I think is going to win this whole thing on the sprints.
Oh, the one over there. I just yeah, I saw that too.
At least, I mean, but his competition wasn't very enticing.
Oh, we're going, man. Is that Lorenzen over there? Is
I
that
hope
Fletcher?
so. I don't know. I can't tell this
That's
far
our
away.
guy, ain't it?
Yeah, he looks like he's got a beach shirt on though. But I meant to bring my binoculars. It was just a busy day at work. I didn't.
There's Alex again. I know from coaching Alex in football and everything, he's got a good bone in. He's got a funny bone there that he wants to. When it's time to, and that's what Coach Dupree said this past Saturday. He's got good leadership, and that's kind of what I saw once the season was done with.
Whoa, that was a nice jump.
That he's got leadership quality and everything, and that's where I see where he could play at the next level. And I helped him cut a film up and everything and get it sent off to a couple colleges he was wanting to know. And and then him getting switched to quarterback from running back, I think it fits him. It fits him real well with the type of offense that we're going to be running. And then with Coach Dupree kind of adding in the midline option stuff in along with it, I think he could run that very well. And that would be, with Fletcher and him, and then somebody else that kind of jumps up there. We could have a really potent backfield and everything. And so what are you going to stop? You're going to stop the quarterback, you're going to stop the running back, and you go back into your traditional double wing stuff. And so, like I said, all you got to do is make sure you manage the football. And I think Alex can do that. But I'm glad that he's in, so many events here in the track and field also. And so he does track and field, and he goes right back and does football in the afternoon. He works out with them and everything. And then after school, he does track and field.
To me, a pole vaulter is a kid that on a motorcycle is not afraid to jump a hill. Think about it, same mindset. There's a Portland Panther athlete of some sort. He's a long-distance runner. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind. 1,600 meter. How much money you want to bet? I bet it's Mecca. See? I knew. I looked down there. Who was our 1,600 meter people? And that was the only one. And he waved at me when I called his name.
He waved at Keith. We probably scared him.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? What do you want? Leave me
I'm
alone.
away with this guy. So
Yeah,
leave
I'm
me alone.
getting out of the stands here.
We got an idiot up here on the headphones talking to himself. I'm just going to wave and keep on going.
Watch him win the 100 meters. I got money on it. He ain't going to win the 100 meters. He looks like a long-distance runner. They're just different body types. It is what it is. So we're still doing our little practice runs. And there was even a little rubber band going across the bottom to grab your pole, which is pretty cool. Keep somebody from getting hurt.
Yeah.
So the girls was going to start at 6 p.m., right? Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
Okay, so the boys.
We got 3 heats to try to run in 15 minutes. I mean, you can get it done.
You can get it done, but you normally have a little bit of breathing room. But it's all good. And I'm guessing that's the girls on this side of them getting loose as well. So we know in our first heat, we got Fletcher in lane 3 and Eli Freeman in lane 7. So your inside towards us is going to be 1. So we may get Dawn to go down there and ask them girls to get out of the way so we can see them come out of the blocks. I can't believe I didn't bring my binoculars. That was just really not a very good move on my part. But I'm trying to find one of my swings to send one of my parents who's working on a swing right now, and I cannot find it.
So it looks like most of the boys are now gathered up around the blocks down there. They're trying to clear the track now.
Yep, they're about ready to launch it. So we got 2 in the first heat.
Yeah. I don't
But
know.
that's not Fletcher there. You know him better than I do. That's
No.
not him for sure.
Fletcher, I mean, he's a good runner, but he's not that thick. That kid right there is thick in the chest.
My guess is is DK Williams a freshman?
According to Beach, he is. He's
If that's DK, I mean, there's a DK Williams here for Beach. He's got the fastest time, which I'm correlating that young man with the fastest time. We'll see here.
There's no way DK is a JV guy.
I wouldn't think so. I thought he was kind of a
That's kind of how
upper echelon athlete.
Yeah, that's what. I'll just go ahead and say that's how Beach does things, man. Ain't nobody from Beach listening to us.
No. Beach is the old station. I mean, the old Liberty Creek. Everybody want to go down to Beach and help coach and all that kind of stuff. Now, Liberty Creek's the new place to go. They ought to be undefeated in every sport. Per if you listen to who's coaching and stuff. I don't know. A lot of coaching got to do with athletes.
You just got to get established. That's the hard thing to do is to get a program, get it established, and then get your winning. You just can't come out and just start winning right off the bat. You can get lucky, but most of the time.
Well, like Creek, I mean, you open a new school that's Taj Mahal, and that kind of recruits itself. There's not really recruiting, but having nice facilities and all that is kind of recruiting, so to speak. So the county kind of gave them an up one by giving them that kind of advantage on everything school-wise. But one thing I did like about what the football coach said was his pairing off of jobs to keep the facilities clean. I'm just such a huge fan. There's a lot of things that you teach the young men, and I'm a boys coach. Okay, it is what it is. I'm not saying anything negative about girls for sure, because I respect the girls' sports. But I know boys. There's a lot on the field coaching, but teaching character is my number one thing. I want to, and I'm going to be honest. There's sometimes I might say a word or two that I don't need to. But you know what? I'm pretty positive by the time they get to me, they've heard a word or two that they didn't need to anyway. But what I'm trying to teach is, one, to be a strong individual, one, to take ownership of yourself as a human being. And to me, growing up, that's always been part of just take care of your environment. I make our middle school team, when we show up the ball field, they didn't put the trash on the ground. Not one of them threw any trash outside the facility, I'm sure of it. But I make them pick it up.
Yeah.
I think that kind of stuff is critical to building a young human being.
Well, you got to take pride. Take pride in where you're at, as like at home. You got to take pride in your bedroom and in your house that you're living in. Don't rely on mom and dad to do it for you, because sooner or later you're going to be in college or in your own apartment, and nobody going to be wanting to come over if you got stuff just everywhere and trash everywhere and it stinks, and if you don't sit there and take care of it, and that's where you got to learn. You got to start learning. So. And
I'm a big fan of that. His job. I'm the same thing when I was in the service. I was gifted to be a squad leader, and you have latrine duty, all this kind of stuff. And every time I had a week, different guys every week. First day I did the latrines, and I took them with me. I said, "This is the way we're doing these latrines, dude." I didn't want to do that. Right? I'm not looking for a latrine job all day long, but it is what it is. It was our requirements. And I showed them I wasn't going to expect them to do it if they didn't see how to do it right. And I would do first day with them every every week we have a different group of people that had to do it,
So-
and show them how to do it right
So
and expect it.
The pole vault started. They've actually started now, and looks like Alex the Nice Swimmer went in the first try. Don't know what the height is. Did not make it. And the thing is, he could be doing the pole vault because he does decathlon too.
Right, practicing
And
on
so,
that.
yep. So that's why you're going to sit there and you're going to end up doing that right there. Not as strong as the event. He probably knows that. So he's trying to do the best he can and trying to get points there because that's how the decathlon is awarded. Is you get points on everything. Excuse me. Wow. The high jump is still going on. I still have not seen an athlete for Portland for the high jump. Every time I look at that.
High jump was supposed to be Loftus
Yeah.
in Sydney. But yeah, it's hard to tell because all of our athletes don't have purple on, but you think you could figure it out. It is a long run, long way from here.
Well, they got about 8 minutes to try to get 3 heats in if they're going to get the girls at 6 on the 100 meter there. I would think they would announce.
Yeah, but by the flow here, it acts like girls are going before boys.
That's what it is on paper.
Yeah, that's why. But somebody, I thought, I seen boys over there way before the girls, so that's why I assumed.
I believe that's Alex Niswanger went on his second attempt. And did not make it. I believe he'll be going for his third. I think you only get 3 attempts, if I'm not mistaken. I probably am.
I don't think you are. 3's pretty standard, I thought. So our girls, Lady Panthers, are beating Greenbrier 1-0 in the top of the third. Kelby got a hit, knocked in the run. Morgan Sales was the person who scored. So that's a good deal. Destrehan High School is behind Hahnville 1-0 in the 6th. So what a game. Destrehan's being no hit right now by Hahnville. So they definitely got a stud pitcher sitting there. 3 walks, 9 strikeouts.
That's not good right there. Niswanger just did his third attempt, and now he's laying on the mat holding his ankle.
No, that's not good either. How did he hurt himself on ankle on a jump? Maybe the pole hit him. Because that pole will hit your little, whatever that thing's called. That hurts.
I think when he came down on the mat, he was actually on his feet. And with that mat being soft, and it probably gave and
little twist.
Yep. And there goes Miss Olivia, the trainer, is finally getting over there to.
That would be an extremely awkward injury.
It'd be like stepping on somebody's shoe in basketball. You know, you're expecting something to be firm underneath you, and all of a sudden, you got something that's not level.
This guy on the scooter is having a great time. I would have brought mine. I don't have enough scooter though. I got a powered one.
You got a Fred Flintstone
Want
one?
me to ask this kid to come over here and talk to us? He's got a gold medal on. That means he's special. He's not ours, but. So what time we got here? 6 minutes to the girls. Even though it looks like boys are on the track, I was just totally confusing because he said girls at 6.
Yeah.
So they get Ben off the mat.
Yeah, he's limping right there. He's on about he's in the end zone.
He's getting help limping.
Yes. He's not putting no weight on that ankle. And they're bringing the cart out.
Nice gator.
So you got 8 lanes. You got 3 heats. So you taking 4 from the first one, or you taking 3, 3, and 2 out of your heats to get your 8 for the final?
I got a feeling, I don't know how they're doing it anymore. They acted like when the track team was with us, they were doing just whoever got the top times. So, but you know what? You know how hard that is? You'd have to have 8 watches on the end all synced up. I'm thinking they were doing 3, 3, 2, but we'll see. Or 2, 2.
I
and
understand
then
what you're
best
saying there.
finishers.
I can see them sitting there and just going, "Hey, here's your time," and whoever has the best time, and that's how it's going to go.
I just don't know if they've got the personnel to do every time. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. I don't know if it's gotten to the point where it's electronic done nowadays. I guess I should have asked them there at the tent, which would be very interesting, wouldn't it? You don't know how tempted I am to ask this young man if he wants to talk to us about his gold medal. I'm serious. It'd be interesting. Like, what's your name? Where do you go to school? How long you been doing track and field? Just for a filler.
Here comes, I see Coach Smith. Let's see if we can get him to.
He just hung his gold medal on the fence. That's not cool. You don't want to hurt your gold medal.
Well, I guarantee he's from station camp since he was just talking to somebody from station camp.
That's possible, but this guy could be like a coach of some sort that coaches a lot of athletes. You know what I mean? But just happens to be a teacher at station camp. I don't know. We could look on this app that we were given that's supposed to tell us everything, but it's really slow. I don't even know where it went to. Change my combination. I don't need to know how to change my combination. There it is. Mile split live. So we're going to go to live events. No live events are scheduled.
Yeah, I done checked that.
So he looked like a runner, or I mean a long jumper. So we're going to try to find boys high jump. I think that's still going.
The boys high jump's still going, so it could be a long jump.
Shot put, he's not a shot putter. Disc, not a shot. Tuesday, boys. Okay, long jump's the only thing that's listed as completed. That could have been a bronze medal. Maybe it was Luca Gilbert for station camp.
Okay, so they are going to have the girls first. The final call for the 100.
I can eat during the JV mile. Because it'll go by slow. I have a lot of respect for those miler people, but I'm not doing it. I can't even run anymore, but nobody cares about that. I can ride my bike though.
As long as you're staying active, that's
yes.
the important thing.
I'm just, I hadn't rode a bike since I was a kid, and then somebody said you ought to ride a bike, get off that treadmill. So I tried it, and man, I absolutely love it. It gets my cardio where it needs to be, but it doesn't work my legs out so bad.
That was a test.
I was gonna say.
Good.
They done started and only saw one girl take off. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
well,
said, okay, you're going to win for sure.
testing the gun.
Official track time is 6 o'clock.
I got 5:59. He's off.
I got 6:01.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Is yours like?
Well, my watch says 6:01. My phone says 5:59.
Yeah, my phone's 5:59 too. So he's wrong. Maybe he figured by the time it echoed to us, it would be 6 o'clock.
You think the echo and the wind?
Yeah, put a minute delay on us. So we got no girls in the 100 meter. That's surprising. I figured we'd have at least one girl that thought they were fast. I wish the wind would just decide to end. And so I'm trying to figure out, is the wind going? It's coming this way, isn't it? Like,
Look at the flags.
well, that's what I'm trying to catch, that flag there, but it's crossing.
And what's funny is the flag on that goalpost ain't blowing, but those are. Those are straight out.
Yeah, that's going that way there. There might be a better flag. So this is definitely going to be a tough race for your sprinters because the wind is hitting them to the face on the right side. So that'll definitely affect your time because it's windy enough to affect your time for sure. So we'll see if they can fight through it. Your key on your sprints is your first 20 meters. You got to stay low out of your blocks. You got to explode straight out of your blocks. You can't come up. And that's the hardest thing to teach a kid is to stay low through it. It's the same thing in baseball. When you're down on first base trying to steal second, you know how you're kind of squatted in an athletic position? Kids want to come straight up and then right. And you've got to teach them to stay low through their first two steps and then gradually come up. That's the same thing sprinting. If you don't come out of your blocks low, you're not going to win unless you're just a superior athlete to everybody else. But sooner or later, you're going to find someone that's technically stronger and beat you. So here we go. They're in the blocks. They should be take your mark. There it goes. And they're off. And there's one, and I don't know anybody in the race.
He's station camping now. It looks like
they're dead heat right now.
Yeah.
The girl in the
Station
middle's
camp.
taking off. So I can't tell if it was lane 5 or 6. You would think more lane 5 was the winner there.
I bet 5 was the winner and Gallatin was the one that was right next to her.
And that would make sense because in that heat, Moore had the fastest time during the year at 13:76. So, you know, I've not been to Liberty Creek track. What kind of scoreboard do they have on their track facility?
I have no idea.
Because something like this, I mean, I know it's asking a lot, and it's really too much. But a little LED board with times would be nice. But they're expensive. Or a jumbo. You know, they got a jumbotron at Pittsburgh, South Pitt High School. My dude's sending me a picture of it. A big screen TV thing on their football field. South Pitt, you know how little that town is? Very little. But we're guessing Arian, I don't know what her first name is, Moore. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. We're thinking Moore won that heat.
Area Moore.
Aria. Aria. I'm good with Aria.
I would say the favorite for this second heat would be Kathleen Geronimo from Gallatin.
And you know what's really weird? The times are like, normally you mix and match your runners. You know what I'm saying? To kind of even it out a little bit. So they're going to definitely have to do the best times as the finals because there's some people in here no time at all. So yeah, you're right. The girl from Gallatin in lane 4 on paper should win this if she does his personal best. But this wind is blowing pretty hefty to the right side. Front right is what they're going to run into. So where's Ben? Is he down on the ground over there, or did they take him off? I didn't even notice.
No, they're over there. He's still on the ground. They got his foot up, or his leg up on the medical bag there.
I can give you a story about how bad of a dad I was.
You a bad dad?
Yeah, we were playing basketball in Jackson County, tournament, preseason tournament, and during warm-ups, my son sprained his ankle. So he's on the trainer table. They're looking at him, and I walk down and look at the clock. I go, "You got 2 minutes." So they got her taped up, and he got out on the court. But you know what? He played. He played through it. So obviously he wasn't broke. I was counting on the doctor. And sometimes you got to suck it up, Buttercup, and get on out there and play. I knew he wasn't hurt that bad. I felt the doctor was going to examine him. And I knew this too. Sometimes when you have a mild sprain, when you get the weight off, it just balloons on you. So if you can work through it normally, you'll be okay. Now, a high ankle sprain, you can't play around with that thing. You got to get off of it. I'm surprised they didn't announce the heat winner of the first heat already. We're down in the blocks here. And it's important to know how the starter is going to start. And they're supposed to talk to you about it. Like, I'm going to say this, the timing is critical. And they shouldn't stagger it off because that'll really mess up an athlete. I thought we had a false start, but they didn't double kill it. Well, that girl down here on the bottom
That's
right
lane
is
one.
smoking.
As Marguerite Davis from Beach in lane one.
She just must have picked up her spikes today and decided to come on out and run because she blew the field away. And she had no time.
They had no time, yeah, so.
So she had to, I guess no time means you haven't been running much. I don't know what that means, or injured. But she's definitely in the finals, there's no doubt. But the finals aren't today, right? This is
no.
Prelims and finals are tomorrow per this, which is confusing.
Thursday, you mean?
Thursday, yeah, I'm sorry. That's kind of new to me. We didn't stagger dates back in the old days, back in the Stone Ages. So now the boys is going to be up. We got 2 in this race. Lane 3, Lorenzen Fletcher, and lane 7, Eli Freeman. Both Fletcher got the best time. Now there's 2 guys a little bit better than him. DK Williams, which I can't believe it's the DK that I'm thinking it is, and Landon Johnson, and then Lorenz is right there. So that's going to be a really good heat. Those all 3, if they run their normal race, should advance to the finals. That's the bad thing about this age. You haven't ran enough to know the comfort zone kind of thing, because you normally, in the preliminaries, you don't want to go all out because you don't want to gas it to the point that you lose that extra for the championship. But you haven't ran enough probably to know what you can and can't do. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to only really experienced athletes in sprints learn how to do that. So they're going to go all out here, I would guess, unless you've got someone who's the front end. So we're looking at lane 3 and 7. Closest to us would be 3. Well, we don't have enough athletes on the track field. The dude that I said was going to win is winning. How come they're not announcing who's doing what?
It did look like.
I don't know, Lorenz, this far away.
I'm going to say, I saw Freeman. He was the redhead. He's the one that was sitting down here in front of us. I saw him lane 7. I didn't see Fletcher unless Fletcher has gained some muscle mass, and that was him.
If that was the kid who won, Portland High School football has got a lot to be looking forward to because that kid's a stud. I mean, he looked like that when he was warming up. Yeah, they have him on here as third, which they didn't like. They had 8 athletes on that run to me, did they? Do you?
No, they didn't have it full. They didn't. It wasn't.
But they're just not recording the times for whatever reason, or they're not announcing them. I know the guy up in the box up there is dying to know because he likes to talk, and he's good at his job. So this next heat here, we've got a couple Station Camp guys, a couple Liberty Creek, 3 Gallatin, and another Liberty Creek. So we no Portland in the second race. We're back in the run on the third. But this mile split, it's pretty cool, but it's not that accurate.
So the second heat of the boys JV 100. No one from Portland is supposed to be in it.
Nobody from Portland. And like these seeds, is this coming in? They're off. One guy in the middle, looks like lane 4, he's dying. He's died about 70 meters. Kid on the inside.
Lane 2, I'd say.
Reed.
2 or 3.
Montel Reed, yeah. Or Liberty Creek kid. I couldn't tell the color. But I think there was a couple guys in the first heat that were the one who won the first heat was superior to those guys, no doubt about it. And I like I said, this is kind of new to me, the way they're putting these in the top, going against each other right off, and then the second group.
So the way, they're not coming back, so they're just getting their top times, and then they're going to sit there and say, hey, you qualify for the finals come Thursday.
And I guess they're running the best against each other to try to max out, to have competition, right? To kind of like the little rabbit deal. You want that rabbit in front of you to keep you running harder. I wished it was updated. If this was, because like you said, it's got no live events, and it's got the schedule, and it's got the 100 meters in progress. So let's see, a kid named Landon Johnson. All right, so Lorenz came in third in the first heat. Eli Freeman fourth. The kid who won the whole thing was Landon Johnson. That was the kid that was cruising. So I'm guessing in a few minutes, if I refresh this, they're going to have the other runners that just ran and kind of, here, it's a refresh. So right now, Landon Johnson, I don't think anybody's going to touch him. He's going to stay first. Jacoby Settle, Lorenz Fletcher's third. Eli Freeman sitting 7th. I don't know if they right now they're putting 8 in the lane, so they're going to take top 8. So hopefully in this last heat, nobody beats 12:57 or 12:52, because then we'll have 2 in the finals.
You start refreshing that. Looks like the boys' high jump, girls' high jump is finished.
I don't really think anybody's going to be in the final 8 here. We're safe. We're going to have 2 athletes in the finals tomorrow or Thursday. I may be shocked, but I don't see anybody there. I did not say that out loud. His mom sitting in front of me.
Looks like the pole vault is completed. They got a couple more athletes right there on the pole vault. That's still going to be competing, so the pole vault's still going on at this point in time.
I'm just going to keep refreshing this 100 meter, but I'm pretty positive Eli Freeman's going to get in as well. So, hey, it's just a matter of knowing how to do this, huh?
This is final call, girls, junior varsity mile. Final call, girls JV mile. Check in behind the timing tent. This is first call, girls 3,200-meter championship. First call, girls.
So your big runs will start coming in here.
Followed by the boys 3,200 championship event.
So the girls JV 100 is completed.
Yeah, I'm going to go
boys
to
are
that in a minute.
completed.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for these last heat to give me some time so I can officially say that we've got 2 Portland athletes that are going to be in the final 8, which will run Thursday for the championship of JV. Landon Johnson. I don't know. Fletcher's 12:24. All right, so here we go. This is the finals. Your top 8 athletes in JV 100 meters. Landon Johnson at 11.79. Jacoby Settle, personal records 12.11. Lorenz Fetcher 12.24. Landon Brogan 12.44. Owen Goodwin with Liberty Creek's 12.47. Ashton Davis, Liberty Creek's 12.49. Eli Freeman's 12.52. And then Samuel Araki, Station Camp's 12.57. So that'll be your 8 athletes that should be competing Thursday for your 100-meter championship.
High jumpers checking in at the triple jump competition.
So I'm going to back up and... Did you already go over to high jump and pole vault?
No, I know they're done, and they just hollered for the 2 athletes who were at the
right
at the high jump. They're competing in the triple jump. They now need them to hurry up, get down here to the sand pit so they can.
The girls JV 100 meter. These are the people who's going to be running Thursday for the championship. Moore 14:08 with Station Camp. Pelt with Gallatin at 14:14. Cox at Station Camp 14:39. Marguerite Davis, personal best from Beach is 14:39. Jones with Hendersonville's 14:85. Franklin with Beach at 14:86. Sid with Station Camp 15:11. And Mosley got 8 with 15:78. So it could be an interesting round. 2 of the girls got personal bests. Moore's got about a 0.6 of a second. I think it'll be between Pelt and Moore on that Thursday. So we'll see how this goes. So the mile just kicked off. So about 3 hours from now, we'll come back and talk about the mile. We got anybody in the mile, by the way? Is this girls or boys coming first? This is girls. So is this the 1,600 girls? Yeah, there's only 5 people entered in it. We've got no Portland athletes, 3 Station Camp, 2 Liberty Creek. So hats off to these girls because I could not do what they do. Not at any pace. Back in the Army I could, but not that pace though. So the best time in that group is Logan from Station Camp at 6 minutes, 4 seconds, 45 tenths. And then after this is over, we got the boys, and we do have Micah Doris and Aiden Parker. And I know Aiden Parker, believe it or not, he played baseball for me. Vinny Parker's. I don't know if they're brothers or cousins. I think they're cousins, but they could
started
be
up there, didn't they?
Yeah, at the tent. Yeah, that's just a totally brutal event in my mind. I mean, Coach Witten, she can do it all day long, but she's a superior athlete.
Lap 1 just completed in the mile for the girls. Let's see if I can get some information about Niswonger.
Yeah, the girls' high jump was won by Maggie Rivers. Jump of 4 feet, 8 inches. She's from Liberty Creek. Sydney Heydrich finished 6th at 5 foot 2 inches. So hats off to her. Girls pole vault. Braden Lawler won the girls top 10 in Tennessee. Pretty cool, pretty impressive at 10.6. We didn't have anybody pole vaulting. We had Camden Bean, but she didn't qualify. Or no high. She didn't clear any of the low pole at all. And then Kaylee Jo Peacock, she did not as well. But you know what? Sometimes it's not getting over the thing; it's just trying to get over the thing. So hats off to any athlete. We talked about the pole vault. That's not an easy gig. But 3 of the girls on the pole vault set personal best. 2 top 50 in Tennessee, but there was a top 10 athlete that competed today, so that's pretty cool for sure. Boys long jump, Liberty Creek, Tristan, I can't pronounce his, and Andreski, I'm not sure, had a personal best at 10 feet, 10.25 inches, so that's pretty good. We did not have any athletes in the boys long jump. And you already went to the shot put, did you not?
We didn't get the results.
Okay.
We had the top 3. So.
All right, boys shot put. Let's see how we've. Brock Murray, personal best, Tennessee top 10 at 52 feet. And Portland High School, let me look down here. And we had Mims 16th at 26.6. Green got 32.9. I'm not sure why they've got him like down here further down than he needs to be when he had such a good throw, which was a personal record. But he did 32.9. That would have put him at 13th, but for whatever reason, he's down further. I don't know what happened there, because maybe he didn't get enough qualifying throws in. You know, you gotta have so many fair throws, so to speak. So that could have been the deal on that.
3,200 meter championship, first call boys.
I'm looking at the girls' disc right now. Sydney Murray won that personal record. So no Portland athletes on that. So tonight we still have boys high jumps going on, boys pull vaults going on, which is about completed, I thought you said.
The high jump is done.
Okay, so they need to be getting completed here in a minute. Girls long jump, boys triple jump, girls shot put, boys disc is still going apparently per this. And then we got just a long event, 1,600 meters, 3,200 meters. And then that's it for tonight. So this is going to be, I was going to say a short broadcast, but it takes a while to run 1,600 meters. 6 minutes. The 3,200 meters is 10 minutes, so I'm looking at about another 35 to 40 minutes worth of a show before all the events, even though I might not have put all the boys in there. So here, which is the third lap, or is this the ring bell? I didn't hear a ring.
I didn't either.
A bell. Do they have a bell? Surely they got a bell. They got to have a bell. I would have brought a bell. They're acting like it's a bell. They're getting yelled at pretty hard right here. That's the part about track. See how they're athletes with them. Their other teammates are over there cheering them on.
Run across the field.
Yeah,
there.
that was always really cool. I remember we'd always sit in a certain pocket. We like staying in the grass if we could. A lot of times they'll run you out of the middle, but we always stayed close-knit together, and we always cheered the other team members on. Normally after you got done with yours, unless there was like an hour between yours and theirs. But if yours was coming up soon, you kind of wanted to focus on what you were doing. Make sure you were stretched out.
Give you an update here on the Portland softball. They are now down 4-2 in the top of the fourth. And they're playing at home.
Wonder if the wind's blowing hard there. Well, yesterday, like I said, right at sunset, when we were playing our game in Westmoreland, right when the sun set, the wind stopped. It was absolutely great. But up to that, the little wind can make your day a little cooler than you want it to be. And tomorrow night, we'll start our broadcast at 6:30, Portland High School baseball against Greenbrier. Should be a pretty good win for us there. And Zeth Klein is going to be our guest, Portland alum. Christian Brothers. Trying to remember. I think that's where he went to school. I don't want to get it wrong. Out of Memphis. Great young man. Spike for life. So Raya Moore.
they just named champion, so they're not having any heats. What you ran today is what you ran.
Our boys JV 100.
Oh, mercy.
Champion from Beach High School, Landon Johnson.
So we got a bronze medal.
And that was Fletcher in the 100 JV.
Yeah. So that made sense now that they put all the times grouped up top, because, you know, that's had me confused, because normally they don't put them in the old days. I'm talking 2000, 2002 years. That was like the Stone Age for most people. But that would make sense if that was going to be the deal, is put all your top personal bests together.
So what we got going on, we got 2 jumpers on the triple jump.
And we got our boys 1,600 meters. We got 2 athletes in this.
That's going to be a false start.
Yep. Now, how do you false start in 600 meters? I'm sorry. I hate to be sarcastic, but you're standing straight up. It's not a sprint by any stretch of the imagination. So, just saying. I would think you should just disqualify the young man. Just the third shot should just be at him, and there was no bullets in the gun, so I'm just kidding, obviously. The big thing here is just knowing your race, man, and knowing who's in it, because I know a lot of times you've got people that have reputations of coming out quick, and sometimes those quick people will wear you out. They won't win at all, but they're just, you trying to stay up with them will take you totally out of your race and just kill you later on down the stretch. So you just have to know your competition here really well, and then know your pace. You can't change it up, because if you change it up, you're going to kill yourself. So our Portland
right
athletes.
There's Micah right there,
Yeah.
the one you talked to earlier.
And I didn't see
the second Portland guy.
Parker. Micah. I didn't see Parker. Are they all one thing? Let me look. 1,600 boys. Yeah. He was listed 12 on the sheet. But I did not see him. But maybe I wasn't looking. I'll get it this time around, I promise, Coach Miguel.
You got 3 station camp guys out in front.
Are they playing baseball behind us? We could have went all the way to the top and watched baseball and this.
I know they're playing softball. Softball had a
Yeah,
game.
I've seen the softball people. You know, these people running over here doing these jumps, I think they're, what's the decathlon kind of people?
This is the triple jump.
Is it?
Yeah.
They just don't look like triple jump athletes to me.
Well,
I'm sorry, I'm not being, they're triple jump athletes I don't know, they look kind of like a cross between a sprinter and a hurdler.
the 3 runners from station camp have got a big lead here.
Yeah,
and then
they're cruising.
Micah's right here in 4th for us.
All right, I'm going to look closer here to see if I see Aiden Parker. No, he's not here. I don't know if he's injured.
Third place from Hendersonville High School, Adrian Spence.
Oh, is that?
You got 2 guys back here in the back, but
From Merrill Hyde Magnet, Samuel Clemens. And your 2025 Sumner County champion with a jump of 6 foot.
But that's not Aiden. 'Cause he's not
that's
ready
Beach
to-
and Gallatin
yeah.
right there.
Your goal is not to come in last.
Well, they finally got Nicewonger up. They got him on crutches.
To be honest with you, ankle injury, I don't think I've ever seen on pole vault. I've seen people miss the whole daggone pit and about kill themselves, but It's interesting what exactly, like you said, I think he probably tweaked it, like you said, when he landed. And that's why, that kind of sport. Remember how I said your next step is jumping motorcycles over hills?
Yeah.
That's why it's that kind of sport. I mean, it's not for the faint at heart. My hat's off to all these kids. This is not a fun event.
The 32. Yeah.
1,600 is a mile, ain't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's got anything to go more.
I mean, he done lapped some guys.
Yeah, I mean, he's smoking it, dude. But
I mean,
they're acting like they were looking for more for his personal time than anything. But it's great to have teammates that help you. There's
That's what I
no
was getting
doubt.
ready to say.
These longtime sponsors of our meet.
See, this would be me back here. Taking your own pace. There it is. There it is.
In the Army, you had three things that you had to pass the PT test. We ran a mile, you did push-ups, and you did chin-ups. And I maxed the push-ups, I maxed the chin-ups, and I said, so how slow can I run this? And pass. And that was me, dude. I just, whatever I had to do to just qualify is what I did. Nothing more, nothing less. But I could do push-ups all day long. I just never liked to run. I remember in track, like I said, I was a 100-meter guy. I really didn't dig the 200 meters either. But our coach used to want to train 400 meters, and I said, dude, I didn't sign up for this. I don't want to do it. I just absolutely hate it running that distance. Because 400, I know the money event's a 100 meter. That's what you want to be, the fastest human on the face of the earth. But the 400 is brutal because you're sprinting and running long distances at the same time.
It looks like Micah Doris from Portland has come in 4th place in the 1600.
That was a good run. And the 2 station camp dudes, they were cruising. 3 station camp dudes. I don't know what grade he's in. I don't think it says on here, does it? No. Was it on our list?
I'd go back and look at the list that Coach Smith sent.
1,600. He's just a freshman. So I obviously don't know what the 3 station camp guys are, but I bet they're not freshmen. So that was a really good showing. Look at these final guys vaulting. I mean, they know their stuff, dude. So what do we got left in the vault? One guy, did he just win it right there? It was a pretty impressive vault, yep. 2 guys left. He looks like he just won it. I'm guessing that's Hendersonville. I can't tell. It's black.
Yeah, that's
uniform.
what it looks like.
But that was, they need to play it back on the Jumbotron. That was a pretty impressive jump.
Final call, girls, 3,200 meters.
So we got 2 more events.
Championship varsity run.
2-mile runs.
Final call, girls, 3,200 meter run. Second call, boys, 3,200 meter run. Once again, we thank all our volunteers out here today. Beautiful day for some track and field.
There's some athletes that would question that. It's a little chilly for sprinting. Not cold. I mean, it's been worse. When you were in February, there's no doubt it was worse. But
again, we have no girls competing in the 3,200.
Yeah, we're going to have to get Miss Ashley to get her cross-country people come on out here for this.
We do have Jackson Poole, who has the 3rd best time out of the people who are going through the event for the boys.
So we still got it. Things not over unless they're going for 2nd and 3rd here.
They could be going for like personal best.
Yeah, that's true.
Track time is
But
6:33.
Because if they
or
get
records, Sumner County
seeded,
records. Like
if they
remember
get
that one
seeded,
deal? Yeah, well, I said top 10 in the state and
Yeah.
all that guy. So that may be what they're doing here.
if they get seeded high enough, then that qualify them for sub-state.
Watch this cat right here. He's pretty good. Even though the guy before him cleared it too, though, didn't he?
It's just his form. Watch, you know, you're talking about the Hendersonville guy here.
Yeah, he's watched YouTube videos. You know, you laugh. It's not funny, but I mean, it is funny. But it's amazing how much stuff. Like the other day, we had a machine down in St. Croix that had to get a lock changed out, and I hadn't lockout in 20 years. And my partner, man, he pulled it up. Pulled it up on YouTube. Beautiful I mean, there was an unbelievable demonstration on how to change this lock combo. I go, it's unbelievable. And I know once, I don't know how true this is. I know Aaron Witten worked a lot with Isaiah Patton when he was younger, you know, in middle school catching and stuff. But, you know, the rumor had it that when Isaiah, we first seen him, he had some ability then. We asked him, where did you Learn to what you got now? And he said he learned it on YouTube. And I looked at, he showed me some videos, and I said, man, these are pretty good. So he's going again. I guess he gets 3 attempts at that height.
Yeah.
But I had a dad today ask me about a certain position, and I said, you know, we've gone over the fundamentals. If you want to take it past that, here are some good YouTube videos that you and him can watch and kind of go even further into it.
Brock Murray from Hendersonville High.
All right, drum roll. Started the 3200 for the girls. Just went off. I love the sound of that gun.
That would be 8 laps.
Here's the approach. Nope.
Long jump.
And that wind's cutting into his left face, so that forward left, so that's not an easy deal.
Long jump medal winners.
I used to be able to run it one time. You don't realize it till how much you love doing it till you don't do it, can't do it. I hate being laid out of the dugout and having to run over to third. I said, oh, Lord, everybody going to see this old guy hobbling across the field here. They got to let me have a scooter to take over there.
That's why I'm glad I got scars on my knee. I can go, hey, look, I got bad knees. I got an excuse here.
I never thought about that. I wonder if the ump would let me scooter across the field.
Get you one of those little things.
Yeah, like that dude was doing there, man. Put it right by the dugout.
Zip on over to third.
Yeah. Next home game we do, because you know if it's your home field, you can do whatever you want. If I could find somebody who had one of those electric things, I'd say, can I borrow it for one evening?
Lap 1 of 7 is finished for your girls, 3,200. Again, you're looking at, what'd you say, about 10 minutes? What the times were?
Yeah, I think the 32.
10, 12, yeah, right here.
Yeah.
The best would be 10, but yeah, you're looking about 12 to 15 minutes.
Like to award our girls long jump medal winners. In third place from Gallatin High School.
There's our 3,200 meter. That's Jackson right there.
In second place from Liberty Creek, Maggie Reeves. And your 2025 Sumner County champion with a jump of 17 feet, 2 1/4 inch from Station Camp, Kyrie Maxey.
Yeah, Destrehan High School got one hit today. So tomorrow rubber match is going to be interesting to see if Hahnville High School's got 2 stud pitchers or just the one deal. And did Destrehan play it just right and save their stud for tomorrow? Greenwood Gators are down in Panama City, Florida. And tell me how weird this is. Their 3 games are all against Kentucky teams. All 3 of these teams went down to Panama City, Florida to go play each other. But Greenwood's winning right now 3-0. Let's see if our boys have started yet. They have started, but see who's on the mound. Right now we got 2 outs. J.J. Shrum's up to bat. McLaughlin's on second. We'll see what Bill did. Bill singled on a ground ball to short. So Strum fouls out to center. So at the end of a half inning, it's 0-0 with Greenbrier coming up to bat. Not sure who's pitching for us. And that's one of those things you try to figure it out. You know, if you absolutely have a stud pitcher, I throw my studs on the road because they need to learn to run on the road, and that's going to be the harder victory. So we're still pole vaulting here.
Yeah, the station camp
Station
guy.
camp.
Yep. I think the Hendersonville guy failed his 3 attempts. So, again, why you got it 1, but you're doing it to get a
personal best.
A personal best.
And a seeding in the
yeah,
state.
Yeah.
And you never know. State record, if you're that good, you know, whenever you can pull it off, pull it off. That you know, some days you're the windshield, some days you're the bug. Oh.
Now, he's got good form, too.
Yeah, both of those kids had really good form, which probably mean, you know, being first and second, obviously, but so that little girl there is getting lapped. I'd trip the one going by me. Being rude. Let's run together. Why are you going to beat me like this?
So is that the number 1 girl in first, I believe?
You know what? I'm really not keeping up with it.
Man, it's like after 2 laps, it's like everybody.
It's confusing.
Yeah. Kind of like NASCAR.
I know the worst thing that ever happened to me is we had a local city race, and he wasn't an enemy of mine, but running back at Clarksville High School, we were rivals. In middle school, he passed me at the very end on a 100-meter race and waved at me. He never beat me again after that. I couldn't believe he did it. I mean, I deserved it. He caught up with me and beat me, but that was the motivating factor I needed every time I ran against him moving forward in life, is that I never forgot. I'm 66 years old, and I still remember that wave. Because I caught some crap from it from a lot of people. You can imagine, right? You know, friends like.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're in
They're not-
fraternity.
they're not
You're a
gonna let you live it
fraternity at 20 years old, and you're all sitting around having a good time, and a couple guys bring that up. You know, really, did you have to pull that back out of the hat here? So I think we're officially done with our pole vault competition. I've got to think that, I don't know. Let's look and see who ends up winning this thing. Because I guess you would think the station camp guy going last was probably the person who won it, but that might not necessarily be true. So let me go triple jump, long jump, pole vault boys. Okay, this says upcoming, so a refresher.
They still got the hang up there, so I don't know if he's going to have one more attempt at it or.
Yeah, this head right now. Good job, man. Interview opportunity. Gavin Quinn was Station Camp 1 at 14-3. Rohan Ali at 16-3 was second from Hendersonville. So I'm guessing this is Gavin Quinn still attempting to get
the pole vault.
The pole vault, yeah. It said Alex Niswonger finished 6th at 9 feet. Henry Hester didn't have a qualifying jump. He got it. Pretty impressive, man. He got it.
I'm over here watching the long jump, the triple jump here.
Yeah, they're just not. I'm not digging these triple jumpers. I think our county's weak on triple jumpers this year. I'm guessing this is JV triple jumpers. No, this is the real thing. Do we got anybody in triple jump?
Yeah, Gallatin.
Yeah, Gallatin
Portland.
ain't me, buddy. No, I'm kidding.
The Portland jumper I don't know which one. We got 2 of them in there.
Well, then I
don't know
am
which
for
one.
us then.
I don't know which one it was, but
Third place in the girls triple
So
jump.
Micah Doris finished 4th
yeah.
at 5:45. That wasn't his personal best, so
Second place in girls triple jump from Station Camp, Chloe Alley.
And it looks like,
5:37 was his best.
And your 2025
looks like the triple jump is done. They're putting a
champion.
mat over the sand here, so they're covering up the sand. So
Let me go back over here, triple jump, and see. See, I don't see triple jump on here, so I wonder if that's part of the decathlon stuff. Am I missing it? I've got shot put. There it is, triple jump. Just a slow finder here.
Jump with a meet record jump of 35 feet 7 inches from Station Camp High School, Braden Lawler.
So the boys triple jump. All right, seed-wise, Alex Niswonger was 39. Starts list, record. Why isn't it giving me results?
it doesn't like you.
No, it doesn't. We got starts list. So that was kind of weird doing the boys triple jump the same time we were doing the vault, pole vault, and Alex was supposed to be in both of them.
Record in the girls 3,200 meter run is 10:56.
So they just announced on the girls 3,200 that whoever's winning, I can't tell you which one it is. There's a couple fast ones around here. She's on pace for the meet record.
And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I only watched one triple jumper, so for me to base my opinion on one triple jumper wasn't really fair. This pole vault was really cool, and dude's going again trying to get even higher. So I apologize for the triple jumpers. They all probably, except that one person, was probably absolutely phenomenal.
So I think we just got a meet record. Beat it by 3 seconds, if I just heard that right. Yeah, it's hard to judge somebody or an event if you just watch one thing.
Yeah, I should have. But I was – these pole vaulters are very entertaining, dude. You know what I mean? I mean, here we go again. He went up a little higher here.
Remillard. And in second place.
You want to interview him?
Ooh, he got it. The pole vaulter, that is.
You look at the pole. I mean, look at the bar.
Oh, yeah, he rubbed all over it.
Yeah, but hey, it doesn't matter. So see, these just still saying the triple jump is.
They just now finished, so they haven't even got
Yeah.
the results in yet.
All I want's results. Yeah, and it normally seed is the finals. No, seed's not the finals. Yeah, I'm glad I got a baseball game Thursday because I originally had one and then I didn't have one. And then I didn't have anything till next week. And that's tough to get any rhythm going. You know what I mean by not having a game?
Yeah.
So I'm glad, but I was really looking forward to Thursday's track meet. I thought it would just be so cool to just sit up here and chill out and watch all, because there's going to be a lot of things going on Thursday. You know what I mean? There's going to be.
Well, now seeing it, and seeing how it kind of goes and everything. I don't think we'll do another one this year, but come next year, if we still got a job.
Well, we don't have a job now, so. Hey, you know what? We got the equipment. How are we going? Who's going to keep us from doing it, right? Unless there's some laser.
But I do enjoy just going to different things and going, hey, dude. When I walked up to the gate and I go, hey, I said, I'm with Portland Radio. I said I'm doing a broadcast for Portland. She just kind of looked at me. She goes, okay.
So I'm in free. Bye. All right, here's our pole vault guy. Has he had the sleeve on his leg the whole time? Oh, where'd the bar go?
McKenna, we've got a medal for you.
Yeah, look, if I medaled, you didn't have to tell me you had a medal. I was there waiting for it.
Junior varsity mile with a time of 4 minutes.
Yeah, through sign language here.
He twisted it.
Yep.
Station camp,
I think he would have passed with the bar. Well, we need to stop that cart. Maybe they'll give us all a ride to the car. I'm kidding. I had the wagon at Liberty Creek, dude. I was all ready to go.
Well, I figured I had to carry all this stuff. The big backpack goes on your back, and then everything else.
And you got a double.
Well, I carried the 2 small bags in my left hand and the
right, but the big backpack's got to go
right.
double sleeve,
yes,
not
yes.
side sleeve.
Yep.
You'll throw your back out side sleeved. But I had my cart at Liberty Creek, but we decided not to bring it here. But I got an extra cart if you want it, in case you ever get stuck with having to carry everything.
Like I said, most of the time it's going to be
softball game. You just pull up to the little. We know how to get to the softball
that's what we
thing.
did. That's what we did the other night, and that's what
We're
we'll do.
trained professionals doing that.
We'll do that Thursday night too. What was funny is the concessions. They thought they had a baseball game along with the softball game, and they made a bunch of food, and all of a sudden they started coming around going, here's some hot dogs and hamburgers.
Did they really?
Yeah.
They didn't think we were playing, did they? Was it last night?
It was last night, yeah.
No, my game was always at Westmore.
No, I think the original schedule had a baseball game, and then with there has been a lot of changes for baseball, so I just think the up-to-date schedule, whoever's running the concessions, Donna or whoever was in charge of it.
Yeah, that stinks though. They have the extra stuff.
So
cooked.
yeah, they. So you can't just it's not like it's candy or something. You can just set it back in the box and sell it again.
So the boys are still left, right? 32.
Yeah, the boys are getting ready to start.
And the pole vault studs are still jumping, but there's no bar there. So.
Boys triple jumpers, please report to the medal stand.
Let's see if that got updated here.
So
I think one thing to do too next year is let's set up in a cart. And then we can go over
now
there.
That we have that right there.
Right,
yes.
the real rolling power thing is awesome.
And we can sit there and go from one thing to another.
In second place from Station Camp.
Yeah, they haven't updated the app yet, but he's giving trophies out.
And your 2025 triple jump champion with a jump of 39 feet. Even from Station Camp, Justin
Chin. What stinks is Nicewanger was seeded 2 with the jump of 39. Yeah. So the winner was Nicewanger's. He's already jumped that this year. I just didn't get that going on with pole vault. That's like, that really wasn't fair that if your athlete's going to do both, right? I mean, that's hard to do 2 events at one time. It's hard to focus in on 2 events at one time. I can promise you that.
Here's the last event. Man, they got a fast pace. It looks like Jackson is in 3rd place right now. Yeah, right now Jackson's in 3rd as they all come around the back stretch here.
Yeah, I think by the time they hit the curve, Station Camp's going to have 2 people in front of him. At least one for sure.
But it also
but he's pacing himself.
Well, it's like when they'll say one of the coaches on the field sat there and said, "You remember your pace and all that."
That's critical because if you get yourself out of whack, it can mess you up early, especially on a run like this.
So now Jackson is in 4th place. But like we said, his first maybe mile and a half, just, it's just nice steady pace and everything. Because it definitely has slowed down. That 200 meter, they run out quick on that, and then the last 200 here is definitely slowed down.
Yep, for sure. Greenbriers girls are up on Portland girls softball 9-2. Rossview over Northeast 2-0, which is not even close to being a surprise. Greenbrier over Portland 1-0 in baseball. Let's check that score out. Right now we had a rally going here, but right when I got to it, it canceled out. I think we had 2 runners on base. Wright singles, Sharklet singles, Cook interference. So we were trying to steal or come in behind him or something. I don't know. Callis flies out to center, Lane grounds into fielder's choice. So we're into 2 innings, or the middle of the 2nd inning, bottom of the 2nd, it's 1-0.
Wow. The Hendersonville guy cleared that easily on the pole vault. They're still over there jumping. That was nice. He had enough spring there. He got over it. Wasn't even close to that bar.
Would our girls 3,200 meter medalists please report to the medal stand?
Finishing up the 2nd lap of 8. Jackson Poole of Portland is now in 4th place of the 3,200.
He looks like he's settled in to his groove, though. And like I said, I don't know what kind of runner he is. I don't know if he's got, you've got some guys that, got a really good kick at the end. Some don't. I mean, right now I would be being pushed in some kind of cart or something, but now I know his problem there. You can hear his shoe pounding. You hear that?
Yeah.
He needs to try to get on his toes a little bit more. He's looking at me like, buddy, come on down here and try it.
They don't look like running shoes either.
No, they were pretty clunky.
Finishing the 3rd lap. Jackson Poole's now 5th.
Remillard from Beach, Shante from Liberty Creek. Report to the medal stand, please.
That's a trip begging the guys to come get their medals. It's weird how all the different little forms, like this kid from Beach, he needs to move over just a little bit. He's about to trip the dude in front of him. And they're in an insignificant place in the race, so don't trip each other and kill each other.
Well, that's like Jackson. Jackson's run on the outside right there. You can say he's 4th, but he is 4th right now. He just now took over 4th and looks like he's getting ready to take over 3rd here in a minute. And so his pace has kind of been steady right there. The guy in 3rd is starting to fall back a little bit. The guy that was in 4th there is starting to fall back. So now Jackson is now 3rd. The guys in 1 and 2, though, is a whole corner ahead of them. And looking at the times, coming into this race, Jackson had the 3rd best time, so this is kind of where he fits anyway. So they just finished their 4th lap of 8, so they're halfway through.
Championship. They'll come on over.
Let's cheer for him. Come on, Jackson! Go!
He peeked at you.
He did pick at me.
Yeah, he did.
Like, hey, I got a fan. So this guy finally decided to get off this other kid's ankles.
And moved over, just like you said.
Yeah, it's because I mean, not only can you affect yourself if you hit him, you can affect the guy in front of you. And you know, if you're not in the dead heat trying to do something, it's not really fair.
Well, you saw that in the Olympics way back in, I can't remember what it was, 90s. Was it Mary Decker? When they all tripped up, and
Yeah.
whoever that was, the one that runs barefooted and tripped up her and everything in the Olympics and so. And that would just be, if I was behind the guy like he was, I'd be afraid I would trip him and run into him anyway. I'd want to get around him, so.
So is the station camp dude, is that the dude who's first right there? I've lost track. He looks like he's running pretty quick. I don't
Here
know.
comes, yeah, that's
yeah,
him.
He's in
because
first.
Jackson's right here in third. So it's station camp and then the Liberty Creek guy.
Go Jackson! Work hard! Got to get a third place finish here.
I believe we're on lap 5 right now.
God.
5 of 8. The
He's
leader
back
just
on
now.
his heels again.
Leader just now took lap 6. He's on lap 6. They have now stretched a whole half a track ahead of Jackson.
Yeah, and this is the guy who won the competition, going for some extra inches here. I just always thought that's a cool event. You just have to have the perfect, you know, you got to have the upper body strength, but you got to be light because you don't want to be pulling a whole lot. Let's go!
It's funny. You had a teammate come over to try to cheer him on, and Jackson waved him off, going like, "I know my pace." to get into your zone, I mean, I can understand that.
It makes a difference. I guarantee you. You can think I'm lying, but I'm not. Us cheering for him helps a little bit. It just absolutely has to. You know what I mean? Mentally. Especially since we're the only people here on this side cheering. There's some on the other side.
Looks like the leader taking lap number 7 here. Jackson is now finishing up lap number 6, getting ready to start 7. And like you said, unless something just happens here, looks like we've got a third place right here for him.
You never know. That little cramp monster can hit you at any moment.
I mean, it's just like, leader can be going around one of these slower runners and trip and fall.
Yeah, twist his ankle. Taking the headset away so they don't say I'm loud. Go, Jetson! Woo!
Looks like he's picked up his pace a little bit, so that's where
when he comes around us, he's trying to impress us. It happens to all of us. You know it does you. The minute your wife says something, you go, "No, really? Okay."
Ryan Brantley from Merrill Hyde coming in second. Unofficial 9:47.
Oh, actually, that was last lap right there.
Yeah,
and that was Merrill Hyde, not Liberty Creek. That was in second place there.
Look at the kick. He's kicking it in here.
He's going for a time here.
A Portland High School runner.
Woo! Coming in third. Look at him. Holy cow. Dude, you got too much left in that tank, buddy. He was sprinting for sure. We got to try to translate a little bit that. He's got too much juice left. He did a fantastic job. So we got us a third. Bronze medal.
One more left, Westmoreland. One more left.
I'm not for Westmoreland.
That will conclude the first day of the Sumner County Track and Field Championships. Our first track and field event trying to broadcast, so I'm glad whoever stuck around. I hate to look at the YouTube and see that we got one listener probably, but
That's okay. That one person was interested, and hey, it is what it is.
but we're trying to get all this information out there to everybody.
Well, I'm going
So.
to tell you a little secret. You know, today was kind of a slower day because the first days normally are the slower days. You did what I did when on softball game. I was trying to eat a pretzel when I hit the thing. But, yeah, I mean, track and field is an interesting sport. I can tell you this. If you come down to the track, go to the tent and act like you're somebody special and ask them for just a list of events. So they've got like 8 or 9 copies there, so they'll give you one. You can tell them you were at the Portland Sports Network and doing the broadcast, but it's fun. It's you know
It was fun today. Like I said, it's
and Thursday is going to be unbelievable fun.
it'd
I
be
just
nice
can't be here.
to do it again and everything, but it's just one of those things. So, but with that said, I do appreciate whoever listened in to listen in. I do appreciate you, Coach Thayer, for coming down, even though you went to Liberty Creek first and then the station camp, took a little bypass there. But it's been fun. We'll see you definitely tomorrow night at the baseball game.
6:30 is what's
6:30?
listed, so
Okay.
it can change on the fly.
But other than that, guys, we're going to sit there and say adios on this one here. Thanks for listening in. Again, Portland Sumner County Championships today at Station Camp. Day 2 will be Thursday. If we get any updates, we'll update them on the.
Well, the cool thing is we've got that little deal going
yeah.
on the
So now-
softball.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can do the softball and go to that app, and you can get it live. That'd be
There
really
you go.
cool.
Give up. I can't even talk. We can give updates as So we'll do that Thursday when me and Robert are at the game. But Coach Thayer, I appreciate it coming down here and everything. And then so we'll definitely listen to you and Kyle tomorrow for the baseball. And hopefully it'll be an exciting game tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't go in extra innings like the last time we did at the late night. But
we should get us a win. Station. I mean, Greenboro's not that good this year, so we should take care of them pretty good.
But with that, we're going to say hope everybody has a safe drive home or wherever you're at. Hopefully you have a good night, and thanks for listening in. And again, this is Coach Sean Thayer, Coach Miguel Medeiros for Portland Sports Network here on PSN.